Mate, I've been getting steadily more and more excited for Europe as it kind of comes onto the horizon.
Naturally.
Just getting the anticipation is too much. I haven't really realised I'm going as well. Like, I don't think I'm going to fully realise until I'm literally on the plane and I'm stuck for 26 hours or whatever the fuck it is, and you're just sitting there. But I'm keen.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal, I think.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it should be good. I'm keen. I found out that I'm a friend of mine from work. We were at work on Friday. This is before the AFL game. And we're going, he was talking about leaving, or someone was asking about leaving. We go, oh, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm going to Europe. I went, oh, no, I didn't realize you were going as well, because there's a bunch of people from work. And I said, oh, what day are you going? He goes, June 19th. I go, no way, that's the same as me. I go, what time are you flying out? And he's like, oh, like, at night. Like, and I was like, oh, same. And he goes, I was like, what time? And he goes, oh, about like 10 o'clock or 10 past 10 or something. And I was like, are you flying on China Airlines? He's like, yep. We have the same flight. And then he got his, and we both got our ticket thing out, or boarding pass, whatever, and showed each other. And we have the exact same flight.
Wow.
Yeah. So it'll be good. So hopefully we're going to try and ask to sit together, because surely knowing like someone that you're sitting next to is better than sitting next to a random, because you'll feel less bad if you have to ask to get up or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I think so for sure.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
I know. How crazy is that? So, but it'll be good. Can have a little cheeky airport beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be nice flying out at night as well, because you will be tired going into the flight.
Yeah. I'm thinking if I get up super early the morning of the flight, like that morning, I would try to get up like 5 a.m. So then I'll be super tired for when I catch the flight, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. Do you sleep well on flights, generally speaking?
I can. I tried. I was on a flight from Queensland, flight home from Jetstar, and I'm pretty sure they've managed to invent a seat that is impossible to fall asleep in. It was, honestly, I was like sitting there and I'd wake up every 5 minutes, like fall straight. Like there was no mobility to like go either way.
No.
It was cooked.
Yeah.
It was cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But usually on like normal seats, I guess, yeah, not bad. Like it can be done. Has been done before.
The thing about flying when you're really tired is like, just don't think about your bed, because there's nothing more you'd rather do when you're on a flight than lie down.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw someone, even on a flight to Queensland, or I've even done it before, where I've had a spare seat or two next to me and you can lie down and kind of put the things up. That's unreal. That's probably
Never had the privilege. At what age do you think you'll fly like first class?
Depends how much money. Depends how much money I've made.
Well, that's kind of part of the question.
Oh, well, who knows, mate? Could be next year.
When we get thrown into Magic Round.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 82 today. Joined always by Alexander Russell, my great friend and comrade. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, not bad. I hear glorious Tuesday. I feel like in the last 4 days I have had a week. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been 4 days. It feels like it's been a week. That's hence why I was a little bit, unorganized coming over here. But yeah, it's been an action-packed couple of days.
Why? Well, what day is it? What, Tuesday? So what, Friday to Monday? Why? What happened?
Just lots doing.
Anything of like note, or
Well,
outside of going to the AFL on Friday, which we'll circle back to?
no. Well, it kind of starts off with that. So Friday morning, FSC, you beauty. Thought I wasn't going to have a busy Friday. I get home. I get a message, come into work. There's a couple you can do till, and I was like, can I only do till 5? They're like, no worries. I go into work a couple of hours, and then go to the AFL. The AFL, I didn't realize how late the AFL would finish. So we got the ferry, or like Uber, ferry, and then I only had 2 beers so I could drive home because my car was still at Manly from work. Dropped Isaac home, dropped Ryan home. So by the time I actually got home, and was sitting there. It was probably almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then I had to do a cut, like pack my bag, have a shower, get ready, blah blah blah. So then it was probably 1:30.
What are you packing your bag for?
Here we go. So I packed my bag, blah blah, because the next day I had a flight because I was going to Queensland for my grandma's 80th birthday.
True.
It's going up to the Sunshine Coast, and that flight was at 6
a.m.
a.m. So
what do you sleep for like 2 hours?
Yeah, so I had to get up at 4. I got up just before 4 a.m. to get ready because my brother was coming to pick me up. We got to the airport. I also didn't pack a bigger jumper. I think I was wearing this jumper, and it was fucking freezing. It was about 5 degrees at the airport when we got there, and we were waiting because we left the car there for the night or whatever. Left, got in the car, got in there, got the flight, got to Sunshine Coast at about 8 o'clock, whatever. To grandma's, help set up. It's an 80th, so it's not like it starts at 7 o'clock. It started at 12, and that was on. And then afterwards, we went to our auntie and uncle's place for a bit of a kick-ons, if you will. Absolute ultimate setup.
Yeah.
They got like pool table, pool, and fire pit. Just like a.
Is that just part and parcel of like living in Queensland?
I don't know. I feel like all the houses up there are kind of like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're all new built, especially that area. A lot of them are new houses, so they're kind of all set up pretty nicely. Anyway, so I had a bit of somewhat of a couple beverages, and then the next morning, kind of got up, helped pack up at my grandma's place. Flight, came back. What did I do on Sunday once I was back? I just kind of came back, and then I had to like do whatever around the house, and then Monday had to get up, work the morning at 8, and then worked at night last night as well, and then this morning, like last night when I went to bed, I was like, oh, holy shit!
Yeah,
what a couple days! What a busy couple days! And then this, I was supposed to have work this morning, or I thought I did at the barista place, but actually I didn't. I didn't end up having work. So I didn't get a message back. So, which was kind of a blessing in disguise because it would have been a rough shift.
Nice day off today.
Yeah. So
what would have the shift been today? Just 8 till 12 or something?
Yeah, 8 till 2 or something like that. I don't know. But look, didn't happen. So now I'm here. But yeah, pretty action packed.
Yeah.
It was just like it was just like a lot happened in 4 days.
Yeah.
I was just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sweet.
Yeah. I feel like I've been a bit the same, not to the same extent. But since we did the Origin special last week, it felt like a really long 8 days. It was sort of like something happening every single day.
Yeah.
Granted, I had nights off and stuff, but it felt like a lot.
Action packed.
A lot was jammed in there. Friday night, obviously, as you mentioned, we went to the AFL Swans game.
Swannies game. Swans versus Carlton at the SCG. Assembled a crew. Well, there was a crew of 10 of us. Would you say?
Yeah, say 10.
Yeah, let's say that. Led Ryan booked or G'd that one up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, Maycalf as well. Probably one of the better known AFL fans.
Probably the only legitimate Swans fan there.
Yeah, out of our group.
And that's with respect to Ryan. He's got to just get some reps under his belt first before we can sort of put him in that
category,
in that bracket.
Yeah.
There was this chick sitting in front of us.
Oh, that was just not on this chick. Oh,
so, okay, for starters, did you hear the old guy at the start who kind of had a go at me as well?
Yeah, to be fair, we were kind of yelling behind him.
Yeah, we're yelling behind him, mate. He's in a fucking...
But he's at the footy, mate. You're in the general admission at the footy.
Yeah, granted, we're, 10, 24-year-olds sitting behind him, but we weren't being, like, overly callous or, like...
I don't know swearing or anything.
No.
Overly zealous, you mean?
Is callous the right word? I said it and I was like...
No, I don't think it is. Zealous is, like, excited, maybe. But it's like we were just kind of... Because the crowd was loud and we were kind of talking in front of a couple people because of a certain situation that arose. And he kind of turned around. What did he say to you? What did he say to you and like?
Well, yeah. Granted, we were like, I was talking to Ed, so you kind of always try to like talk over each other.
Yeah.
So for sure, we would have been like talking at a high volume.
Yeah.
On the cusp of yelling, I would say.
But we were at the AFL.
But we were at the AFL. He turns around, he goes, "I'll give the ears a rest, mate. Would you?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
"What?" He's also about 80.
Yeah, he's like 80.
You're not going to. You're like, okay, whatever.
He's like 80. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, I just went and sat down.
In our defense, there was a guy sitting about 2 rows behind us who was fucking screaming the whole game.
Well, I didn't even notice him.
Yeah, but like, oh, mate. Anyway, but I just thought it was just the kind of
Yeah, well, exactly. It comes with the territory of being
Right.
at the game.
right.
I thought it was odd. I went and sat up the end anyway. And then sort of as the game wore on, we'd sort of been rotating seats around just to sort of chat with all amongst
different
our
people.
friends. Yeah. And I was sitting kind of with Ryan and Blav, I think, towards the end.
Mm.
And I think EJ had previously been in my seat earlier. And this chick in front of us, I kind of had no, she was with like her mum and dad. She probably would have been late 20s, early 30s. Like on the beers with her mum and dad, maybe like
Right.
another sibling.
I thought she was older than that.
No, she was like early 30s, I reckon.
Right.
And I'd kind of noticed her like taking the piss out of us. She was kind of doing like an exaggerated like boy impression of like
Right.
a guy being at the footy going, "Oi, sir, come on."
Which was
Like-
funny considering that none of you guys really know about AFL, so you were only doing it to take the piss also.
Yeah, exactly. And
Ball.
I think I was kind of the only one that had clocked on to what was happening. I kind of mentioned it to Ryan. I don't think he noticed. And then as she got up to leave, she was kind of following her parents out, and then she kind of turned around and said something along the lines of, "Can you guys shut up? All you did was talk about soccer the whole time, you wankers." And me and Ryan were kind of like, "What the fuck? Was she talking to us just then?" And then we were like, well,
mate.
like looking back on it now, we did spend the first 50 minutes of the game talking about the Premier League. So, fair point from her.
yeah.
But like randomly malicious from
Yeah,
her.
like-
Unnecessary.
It's also like, why the fuck do you care? Like, why do you feel so like
Yeah.
hard done by
Yeah.
that you know, like stupid. Like,
Yeah.
watch
So,
the game, mate.
yeah.
Turn around and watch the game.
I know.
Nothing, literally has nothing to do with you.
I guess like maybe they're all like, to be fair, the crowd in front of us all felt very like old and just quiet.
Yeah, but she's not.
Yeah, so granted, they were probably like just hearing our conversation, which is like, but I'm with you here. Like, who gives a shit? Like, we're at the AFL, mate. We're the people you want to be at the AFL to grow the game, mate.
And also, it's like, you'll pay for the seat. I don't know. I just feel like, why do you pay for this? Oh, it's just.
And you know
I
what
don't
was funny? As they were walking out, she kind of said that as like a leaving comment, as like, we're walking out now, I can say what we want.
Yeah.
And then her dad stopped her at the end, and they were like, "Oh no, hang on, let's just watch this last bit." And she was kind of like trying to shuffle to the
awkward
end.
for her.
Yeah, awkward for her.
Dude, also a bit of a coward move from her that she wouldn't say it the whole time. It wasn't until she was leaving
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
I bet you she felt fucking like the biggest dog ever.
Yeah, and if we had just gone, is everything okay? She
Yeah.
would have like backed right up.
Yeah. I
You
reckon
know
if
what
you're
I
like, are you sweet, mate?
Yeah.
But what do you say that? You're just like, Bart?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was random. People were out to get us at the footy, mate. People were out to get us at the footy. And then we also had to run in with the people sitting in our seats.
Oh yeah.
And that was kind of just like, I don't know. It was just, everyone was looking at us and I don't know who, but people going, yeah, get out. Like in our grief. And I was going, oh no.
Mate, no one was okay.
I don't know. I just thought we were carrying on a bit when we were asking them to get out of the seats.
No,
Because there was like 8 people going, yeah, there are seats. Yeah, there are seats. I'm like, mate, we only need one person to go. And I don't know, me personally, it reminded me of the time when I went to the AFL and these people in front of us were just like, I don't know. I had previous encounter with a seat scenario and it just gave me a bit of a throwback to then. And then like a crab or like a snail, I just went in, I just put my hoodie up.
I haven't actually seen you cringe that hard.
And I went
before.
like this, and I just sat and in the back of my chair, and like hood on, all the way zipped up. So it was just like a little eye slit. That's all that was left. And everyone's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I'm not coming out. I'm staying here for like 5 minutes. Can't do it."
Yeah, well, look, it sounds like you were carrying some baggage into that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Granted, they were refusing at first.
They did kind of refuse.
They
though.
did kind of refuse to move, and we were like, then a few of us naturally started chipping in.
Mm.
It didn't, obviously, from our perspective, it didn't add up that there was 8 of us going, they're our seats. We weren't screaming at these people.
No.
We were kind of just going,
But
we were like, Ryan, give us the phone and we'll show them.
Yeah, because we had asked for the phone, and I was thinking, I was like, "Oh my god, like the phone's coming. Everyone just shut up."
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe I did get a bit rattled.
Yeah, you
for
did.
no reason.
Totally.
I got trauma dump.
And then
trauma dump. Trauma dump on AFL seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time nonetheless.
Yeah,
Good run in with the
So we had a couple. There was a couple moving parts in the AFL.
And to be honest, again, to like throw into that Cheeks point, I didn't watch a whole lot of the game.
You didn't?
I didn't watch heaps.
I was watching heaps.
I probably watched half. And I was kind of like engaged in chat for the rest of it.
To be fair, Maycalf actually, even internally, there was battles going on in the group because Maycalf, at one point, me and Blav were sitting next to him, or either side of Maycalf, and we were going behind and in front of him talking about Supercoach. And he's like, fuck Maycalf, man, I have to listen to this every week. You're at the AFL, like, watch the game. Fair enough, mate.
Fair point.
We'll watch the game.
I wonder how that was for Maycalf. You know, finally 9 of his mates rallying around the thing that he loves most.
Yeah.
It would have been nice, I imagine.
Yeah, it would have been nice. To be fair, I watched a lot of it. Was only when I was sitting next to Blav that I was really talking about the Supercoach. Naturally, we were having a bit of a yarn about it. But when I was not sitting next to Blav, I was having a good watch of the game. It was a good time.
Yeah, Swans got up.
Yep, Swanee's got up.
Also, hang on. I'm about to sneeze as well, so.
Go on then.
Oh, it's not going to come now. The pub we went to before, the Bat and Ball.
Yeah.
Heard so many things about this pub, about it being a great pub. Didn't love it.
Yeah.
Didn't love it.
Yeah. I think it's a bit overrated.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in a good location though.
It's a great location, but overrated.
Dual pool tables. Something to be admired. At least that's points.
It's points, but in a pub like that, there was just no room. There was just no room for them. I was shooting every shot like, you know.
Did you lose all your games? Is that why you're a bit rattled?
I didn't lose games.
I wasn't. You know what? What annoyed me though?
What?
No Carlton draft on tap. That's minus points straight away.
Oh, just drink another beer, mate.
I will, but I'm just saying, like, if they don't have your favourite on there, it can't be a favourite pub without your favourite beer.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know?
Well, it's not going to be your favourite pub, but like, they probably had a contract with Tui's.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm not getting into the details, the nitty gritty. Just don't have it.
Just drink a VB, mate. Shut your
No,
mouth. You know?
fuck
Do they
it
have VB? They would have.
Fuck you off.
Oh, no, they wouldn't have because
Yeah.
they would have Carlton. They would have Tui's.
Okay. Well, weekend, what else happened?
I
you
didn't
get
get.
up to
Oh,
anything
mate. After the Swans on Friday night, obviously, bit of a not a late night, but late enough.
Yeah.
12:31. Soccer at 9 a.m. the next day. Blech. Exactly, grim. Rocked up, just like you can just tell off the rip, like no one's in the mood.
There's no heart.
No one's,
heart.
mate. There was absolutely no heart from me on the weekend, and I'll hold my head in shame. We versed these like Irish blokes,
Oh.
and literally from the get go, like out to scrap. Like they just wanted to fight.
Yeah.
They just wanted to fight. So we got pumped 4-1. Blav scored an absolute screamer.
Really?
Caught a volley on the top of the box. Yeah, great goal to make it 4-1.
Talk to me. Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I kind of just worked all weekend. Nothing else to
Nothing
really
exciting.
report from me.
I'll tell you what, I will just one more point about Friday, about the AFL. Before going to the AFL, got the ferry over from Manly. And I forgot Vivid had started. This was the night Vivid started, and I forgot. And of course, I'm sitting on the ferry, just sitting, looking out, pretending like it's nothing special because I'm a local.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're getting into the harbour. And as we're getting into the harbour, like everyone's obviously got their phones out and like having a look around, and I'm just enjoying it. And then all of a sudden we're going past kind of like Fort Denison, and there's like a countdown going on next to the bridge, like these drones in the sky counting down.
Yep.
And there was fireworks going off, and it was the start of Vivid, and they were literally about 50 meters away.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then I was like, okay, that's pretty sick. And they're like that's when like Vivid started. Mind you, I've also never been to Vivid before.
You're not missing much.
I caught a small glimpse of it walking around Circular Quay. Not bad. It's kind of nice.
Just open up Instagram at any point in the next like 21 days, and you'll pretty much have been
You've
there.
done that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will say probably one of the worst 3 weeks to live in Sydney when Vivid's on.
Why?
It's just made. Surely was the Circular Quay not absolutely feral when you got off?
Chock-a-block. It was.
There's just like families walking. There's double prams like you wouldn't believe. Like trying to catch a train, man. I feel like I'm in London in peak hour trying to get a
of
tube.
course.
It's ridiculous.
But Yeah, you know what though? I didn't mind it because Sydney sometimes can be a bit dead, isn't it? So it's kind of nice to like have people hustling and bustling around the city.
Yeah, I guess so. Two sides of the coin, mate.
Yeah, but one thing when I was on the ferry, so I'm gonna add a point to that, but I'm just gonna go back to the ferry real quick. You would have kind of loved this and hated this because it also made me cringe a lot. So obviously there's a couple of other boats near the Circular Quay area that are there probably for some sort of function for Vivid, and people are standing on the decks of them. And this guy with his girlfriend in front of me is going and like waving at them, and he's going, and no one's waving back at him from the other boat. And then he's going, "Oh, wave back, wave back." And I was going, "Oh my god!" I was sitting behind him, like cringing so hard. And and not only did it happen to him with one boat, it happened with two boats in a row. He was like full waving, like, "Hey guys," and no one waved back at him. How fucked is that? And I was just sitting there, and I was like, "How's his girlfriend like just letting him get away with that?" Should he be like, "Just stop, darling, just stop." Too much.
That's really funny.
It was grim as.
Boyfriends making their girlfriends cringe is so funny.
Yeah. And then on the side of the city being busy, a lot of people around. Obviously being around the city a bit more recently, I noticed there was a big difference in the levels of buskers. Like there was a lot more people busking on Friday night. Like there was heaps of them there everywhere around Circular Quay and George Street. Some of them not great, not gonna lie, but I came to the conclusion you have to appreciate people who, even though they're not the greatest musicians ever, but they're just doing it just to lift the vibe a little bit, just to give it a bit of ambience. You know,
it would take
that takes guts.
Gall, yeah.
That's guts. That's guts right there. So I got to, guts, and I just fucking spit everywhere. Guts. Yeah. You know, kudos to them because it's, you know, it's a tough slog, and I'm kind of slagging them off a little bit, but I'm also giving them some props because there was some. I also saw a bus. Well, it wasn't a busker. Let's just say it's street performer. A guy with a trained mouse.
A what?
Trained mouse. Like a mouse that did like he would have his finger and it would like follow it and it would sit and stuff. I'd never seen that. I'd never really seen one of those in person before. Cool. Yeah, it was weird. It was strange, but it was kind of cool. I imagine it's one of those ones that can like go on his shoulder and stuff. I don't know how you build that level of rapport with a mouse, but I mean, it happens in Ratatouille with a rat. So I mean, yeah, it was interesting. I wonder how you go through, you know, the levels of mouse training. Is there some kind of book that you can read? Because there's plenty of dog training books.
Maybe it's just a similar story to Ratatouille, but it's like the bootleg Sydney version. Yeah. They're really into magic.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. It's just like, it's just interesting. I found it very interesting.
Did he like go and buy the mouse with the intent to
train him, or did they kind of stumble upon one another and it became like a real instant connection? Maybe they realized they fulfill each other in parts that the other one can't do.
They might have shared a laugh over a beer.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. I want to know the backstory. Anyone who knows how to train mice or has trained a mouse, reach out. I'm intrigued.
As a busker though, I'd be thinking, come Sydney Vivid.
Ka-ching.
Yeah, it'd be like Wall Street, mate. There's money to be made. You know what I mean?
Even if you are trash. Yeah, it was.
Should we do a live pod at Vivid next week?
Oh,
couldn't pay me.
Nah,
couldn't pay me.
You couldn't pay me. Honestly, I would. That would be so intimidating.
Oh, dude.
Because imagine like the people just like standing there watching you as well and like recording you. Like I know we've got a camera here, but different when there's like three people going. We're standing there recording you do it.
Well, this is ironic, you know. We can just be like, this is a joke.
Yeah, this is a joke, but we do it every week and we kind of like it. But yeah, it's a joke. Like obviously we're not serious about it.
Yeah, cringe,
dude. Trying hard at something. How fucking embarrassing is that, dude?
I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't.
Nah, neither. Dude, trying hard is for losers. Everyone.
Did anything stand out to you at like amidst your sort of Vivid journey, or was it sort of just this man and his
there was also a guy with a neck tattoo that was only possible because he had no jawline. He was kind of like a frog-esque kind of neck where it was just like against straight down. Like there was no invertedness. and I think it made possible one of the worst neck tattoos I've ever seen.
I was going to say, is that like a potential solution to not having a jawline? Just get like a hectic neck slash
Get a jawline tattooed into you.
a jack tattoo.
Yeah. Jacked. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
It's just this
Or
jawline
a
shaded. It's just shaded in.
Yeah. It's like when people get their eyebrows tattooed on. Literally. It was a bit of that, but that was awful. Yeah, that wasn't great. And he was also wearing a Dragons jumper, so I was like, only a Dragons fan would have.
You didn't stop and have a chat with him?
No, I didn't. But yeah, that was kind of, if that's as exciting as Vivid gets, then, we've probably got the world's best event going on.
Right on our doorstep, mate.
Right on our doorstep, mate. You beauty. But yeah, that's. Oh, I forgot to say this last week.
What?
Guess what happened to me? First time ever.
What?
Something that never happens. Got stage fright.
Oh.
Got stage fright. I've never had it before.
It's weird, right?
It is so strange, and I did not enjoy it in the slightest.
No.
It's like you're like pushing out so hard.
Yeah.
And just nothing.
If you don't know what we're talking about when you go to the bathroom and you're surrounded by one or more people. It's usually in a public restroom.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you just can't pee.
You can't do it. This was at a party. There was 2 people in the restroom, and they had gone. I went, and I was like, I can't do it. And I made them get out. And then when they get out, it was, it was on. But it was honestly, and I've always kind of went, stage fright, loser.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get stage fright.
Yeah.
Like, it's always been a bit like, I've looked down upon others who get it.
Yeah.
And now it's happened to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy about it.
It's just unexplainable sometimes.
Yeah.
It's unexplainable.
It's frustrating. I didn't think I was one of those people.
You can shake it off, mate. Just shake it off. Never happened.
Shake it off. Yeah. Pun intended.
I think part of recovery is acceptance. So.
Yeah, I gotta just cop. I hope it doesn't happen again. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen again. I'm not happy about that. I'm rattled.
But you know what I mean? It's not really for any particular reason.
No.
Or any underlying insecurities that some might think.
Oh, I don't know. Don't you think there would be?
Well, not for me personally.
Neither. That's why I thought it wasn't like a thing.
Yeah, it just happens randomly. I don't know.
Yeah. Look.
If anyone knows the science behind stage fright, reach out.
Yeah. Let us know. It seems like something Mythbusters would talk about. Or ask Dr. Carl on Triple J.
Yeah,
on Thursday.
Dr. Carl.
Yeah. Dr. Carl will know.
Reach out, Dr. Carl. Right, love and hate this week. What do you got for us, mate?
Love and hate.
Off the rip.
All right, you know what? I'm going to give a big love / shout out to the great man, great friend of the show.
And before you say this is someone who's heavily criticised on the podcast as well.
Criticised, but, earned criticism, but today he's getting a bit of appreciation. Mate, the great man, great friend, Ryan McLean, the Pub Roaches podcast winners of the draft. He did me a massive favour during the week.
I'm keen to hear what this
over the
was.
weekend. So, how I was telling you that on Friday I got the call into work.
Yep.
Well, as I was getting that call into work, I just put on some washing. So, and then I was like, well, I don't have time to do said washing, like hang it out, because I just put it on and been on for like 5 minutes and I need the money. And I was like, oh, I might have to do it when I get home. And then I didn't think the AFL would go that late, and I kind of didn't really plan out my day that well. I was telling Ryan about this. He's like, I'll take your clothes that you put on, wash them, and hang them out for you, and you just come get them when you come back from Queensland. What a favour.
He just did that for nothing.
He just did that for nothing. How good is that?
What does that say about me? Because I would never do that for you.
I don't know, but it was an absolute legendary move. So,
He took him to his house and did it.
Yeah, I gave him to him in a bag, and then when he went back to his, he did them, hung them out, and then I picked him up on Sunday night.
Did he do something wrong, like in the month before?
No.
Like, is he trying to redeem some good karma in the world? Or saying
No,
he has to be.
he's just a good man. He's just a good bloke.
Oh, I've got questions.
Yeah. So, but now I guess I'm. You know how we were discussing that a favour So now I owe him. That's a favor.
That's a big favor.
That is a genuine favor. So now I owe him a favor. And as some of you may not remember, the parameter of a favor, kind of knows there's not many bounds on it.
No.
It's ambiguous. You can use it for something as small or as little as you want. It's kind of like a genie's wish. But
Did you take the clothes to his house?
no. So when I said I dropped him home on Friday, I dropped him to his car at Coleroy. Well, yeah. And then I gave him the clothes there.
Okay. So he's probably, in terms of like the return favor, he's probably given, what do we say, 20 minutes of his time to wash your clothes and hang them out?
More, I reckon. I reckon more. Because you got to wait around for the clothes to be done. I think billing hours for that favor is machine washing time as well and drying time.
Oh, okay.
So that's like a couple hour favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. Anyway, but it was nice of him nonetheless. And
I reckon I'd get to like keen and I'd just try and cash in the favor straight away.
yeah, you got to hold.
I'd go, I'll just pay for this. And you'd go, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But we'll see. We'll see what he comes back.
I hope he's listening. He might be. I would love to see what I hope he's creative with his return favor.
Yeah. No, he'll use it for something good, I'm sure. So I'm awaiting the tap on the shoulder.
Nervously awaiting it, as you should be.
Yeah. But that's mine for the week. What about you?
My love this week, started watching this show. Tully and Amelia actually told me to watch it. I was thinking about it anyway. There's a new show on Netflix called The Chimp Empire.
Yep.
It's 4 episodes. It's about it's like a group of scientists or a team of scientists that are following a group of chimpanzees that live in the jungle in Uganda.
Yeah.
But with these chimpanzees, they like give them all names. So they give all the chimps names. Stay with me here. To help you follow along with what's going on in the thing. And they're like, this chimpanzee, his name's Jackson. He's the alpha male. And then they like explain what he does, why he's the alpha male. And they kind of explain there's like a big hierarchy in this chimp thing. And dude, it's really cool.
Is it interesting?
Super interesting.
Okay, I might have to put
It's
it
only
on
4 eps.
How long's each ep?
50, I want to say. 45, 50.
Nice.
So knock it over and probably by your standards, mate, a day.
Yeah. Put that on background of
Yeah,
uni
yeah, yeah.
assignment.
Yeah.
Or a uni study.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Super interesting.
Okay.
Like the whole time Kate and I are watching it together, and there's so many times where we both just go, whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Chimpanzees eat monkeys.
Like other monkeys?
Yeah. Well, like smaller monkeys. Monkeys
Really?
and chimps are different, I guess.
Damn.
I just thought they ate leaves and shit
Nah.
and bananas.
They're kind of vicious.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they ate other monkeys.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, and they like kind of explore their relationship with other, like they've got territory, right? So there's like the chimp groups have
Their own tribes.
their own tribe, and then like they've got to protect their area, and they're vicious with other chimps. It's like bizarre, but and crazy and super interesting all at the same time.
Hectic.
Definitely worth a watch.
Do you know, I think like, when they have chimps and they're kind of all cuddly and stuff, but like a proper chimp, they are so strong.
Odd,
They are crazy strong.
mate. You should see these ones.
Even to a degree, like the next level from a chimp is kind of the gorilla. And have you seen how big those silverback gorillas
Yeah.
are? They are
Yeah.
so scary.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, even think about this. You know, I look at like one of my friends who's slightly taller than me. Go, gee, you're pretty strong.
Yeah.
And
You're
then to
pretty
put that
big.
in the context of like a legitimate primal animal.
How tall is a chimpanzee? Like
Well, they-
about 4 foot?
No, well, yeah, probably because they're on their hands,
But
right?
if it was standing up, can they stand up straight?
I think they could stand up. I reckon they'd be pretty tall. I reckon maybe like vibe thing, 6 foot, maybe a little bit shorter.
No, not
Yeah.
that big. Because you see
Let's
them
just Google it.
walking
Just
next,
Google it right
you
now.
see them walking next to... Oh, I'm going to do it on the laptop.
Just do it on your phone.
Okay.
Google how big is a chimpanzee? How tall?
How tall is a chimp? Oh, okay.
Chimpanzee.
Oh, I was right. Chimpanzee average standing height of 150 centimeters, which is 4'11" or 5 foot.
So it's bang in the middle of both of us. You said 4 foot, I said 6. So we're both right.
Okay.
If you want to
But
get...
I don't. Yeah. Okay. But I don't know. Like a 6 foot chimp is that is a different beast.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
insane. But they are super strong. Like imagine being a chimp. That'd be quite freeing. Be quite fun. Just swinging around.
It looks pretty etched by the sounds of it.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't enticed by the lifestyle?
Nah, dude.
Really?
Watch it, and you'll see.
Okay.
It's a dog eat dog world out there, mate.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, maybe not then.
It's like certain chips in the pack get isolated and shit. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So
politics.
they get cancelled.
Kinda. One of them, like, they turn into a bit of a Nigel.
Oh.
If you're a Nigel dude, you're done.
Really?
Yeah.
So like me at uni.
Yeah, dude. You'd
Yeah,
be
okay.
effed if you're a chimp.
Okay. Fuck. Maybe I don't want to be one then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I got to chuck that on the list. That sounds quite
Like, if
intriguing.
you're a chimp with a commerce lecture later today, mate.
You're in trouble.
Is that what happens at uni? Do you go to commerce lectures?
No, it's not a commerce lecture. It's like whatever. So it'd be like accounting or something.
Okay.
Something riveting.
Did I go too big picture there?
Yeah, you did, but that's all right. That's
Okay.
okay. That's all right. Okay, hate. Oh, it's my turn for the hate, isn't it? This one's been bugging me for weeks.
This is good.
And I ignore them, and then this is like half the reason I don't go on Facebook. And I was only on Facebook recently because I was on my laptop, and I don't have it on my phone, on the Facebook app. People on Facebook comments are unbelievably stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, will come out with the dumbest stuff you have ever heard in your life, and illogical as well, not grounded in anything. And, and then I personally think all news are, like, if someone puts up a news article on Facebook, if you're a kind of, Channel 9 or a 7 or someone smaller or bigger, whatever, you should not have comments on, because there's no kind of constructive conversation going on in those comments. It's just like someone will say something like hell to one side of the sphere, and someone will say something else, and then they're just arguing. And you're like, this is horrible. Or they'll just start being like hell racist. Or just
Do you have
something,
Twitter?
Hell etch.
Do you have Twitter?
No, I don't.
It's like kind of like Facebook, but I would say people are like slightly more self-aware and slightly more intelligent,
Right.
and they tackle much bigger like political issues. It's pretty hectic.
It's just like Auntie Donna is just going in on, gang violence, not knowing anything about it and living probably in another state.
Was Auntie Donna like a reference to the Auntie Donna?
No, I'm just saying like someone's auntie called Donna.
Okay, that was a weird way to.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like you're just reading it, or it's someone, who's got 7 Facebook friends. Could be a bot.
Yeah.
It's the most, honestly, Facebook comments, TikTok comments, so toxic. Like, so toxic. Like, not even, and things that people are writing, when you read them, you're like, 1, I am dumber for reading that.
Yeah.
2, that's affected me. Like, reading that has made me think less of everyone else in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's thrown my day a little bit too.
Yeah. For like the next 10 minutes, I'm questioning stuff.
This has reminded me, and can I stray here for a second?
Go on, straight away. I was done anyway.
The most drunk person I've ever seen inside a pub came into my pub last night.
Oh, you beauty.
Like, for just to paint the picture here, think of like your very classic, like, you seen Shameless?
No, but
Like,
I kind of know
just
what
like
you're talking about.
classic sort of American TV show drunk.
Okay.
Like, so he comes in, right?
Shameless.
Long sleeve shirt, rolled up to his sleeves. I would say 5 to 6 buttons down
Right.
with like a sailor's hat on.
My goodness.
He's probably 50 and he comes in. He was okay when he came up to the bar. I served him. Like, he was kind of like kept it together.
Right.
I served him. And as soon as I've served him, he turns around and just goes, yeehaw, and like goes, whoosh, and pretends to like crack a whip. Yells. We were really quiet last night as well. So there's sort of like 10 people in the bar all kind of turned and was like,
I'm looking.
what's going on here? My manager instantly is like, okay, I'm going to refund this guy. I'm going to kick him out.
Yeah.
He goes over to try and kick this guy out. And this guy starts like, mate, the racial, my manager's just like, your classic 29-year-old Anglo. He just starts throwing out the racial slurs, like,
To him.
not to him in particular. They were kind of just at the world, I think.
Right.
He was kind of like the N-word. He was kind of like, I don't want to kill her,
Right.
and just like throwing around all this like hectic.
Bit of leaguesy local spec going
Oh,
around.
but like the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then after that, he reaches down into his backpack, pulls out a brown paper bag with a spirit bottle inside it, and just starts drinking it in front of my manager while he's trying to kick him out. my manager's just kind of standing there like, come on, mate.
It's time for you to leave.
It's time. It is time for you to go.
That, yeah. Do you reckon, I wonder if that bloke's got a few problems.
I think he needs to look inward at some point.
I think so. I think maybe. Just a little bit.
I just couldn't believe it.
That is... You'll be surprised at how sloshed some people get.
I guess, mate, it's King Street on a Monday night.
Even like when you see older people get super, super sloshed, you're a bit like, oh my God, that's kind of grim.
Yeah.
Like when did I tell, I don't know if I said it on here, the guy when I was working the wedding, he was probably about 35 and he was vomiting everywhere, all over the floor in front of, when half the guests were still there.
Yeah, you did
and
say
everyone
that.
was just kind of going,
That
is super embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, to getting that belligerently smashed is okay when you're young.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you get kind of past a certain age, it's a bit grim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a vibe thing on
Yeah.
age. You kind of just got to gauge the person.
Just
Anyway.
see where they're at.
My hate this week, car mode on Spotify. The first thing I do when my phone connects to my car is unconnect from the car mode on Spotify. It's useless.
Rubbish.
It's
Absolutely
useless.
rubbish.
And I get the point of it. It's like it's trying to make your interface easier so you're not on your phone while you're driving. But if anything, because it's got limited abilities,
Makes
it
it
makes it
worse.
harder. So I'm actually on my phone more.
You can't cue songs.
You can't queue songs, Xander.
You can't change the cue if you want to move something up.
You can't click on artists. Like when you
No.
click on the song, you can't click on the art. Like, oh, mate, it's just an absolute nightmare. And I guess maybe for Spotify, it's kind of like a due diligence thing.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be there. But sort it out, lads.
Mate, it's got to be better.
Sort it
It's
out.
got to be better. It's not on. I don't enjoy it. I can't even use car mode, but every time it comes on someone else's car, I'm rattled by it. Don't even use it.
I forgot your car doesn't even work.
Yeah, I don't even have Bluetooth or anything like that, but it annoys me in other people's car.
Like when you connect to other cars.
Not even. If I'm using someone's phone, I'm like, oh, fucking
Yeah.
car mode.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the worst.
It's horrible.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Do better. Okay. Asking for a mate. Back this week.
No draft this week.
No draft.
Do we want to...
Draft benched for a week. You got a week suspension because we had to delete the one from last week because it was just too. It was so dry and just so.
we don't
stupid.
need to look, we don't need to get into
All
the
I just-
intricacies
it
of
was
this
just,
draft.
Yeah, it was. We
That's-
couldn't even finish it because we were just laughing so much.
At some point we became self-aware and I just cut the whole thing because it was just easier.
Yeah, it was just. It was.
Anyway.
It wasn't great. Well, it wasn't not good, but it was just ridiculous.
It's on the bench.
He's been benched. Okay, so we've got quite a few. So we might not make them all because we got to wrap this up.
Do you want to explain our asking for a mate segment again this week?
We'll explain it again. So asking for a mate, any questions that you don't want to type into Google or ask someone in person yourself, you send them into us. We'll sort them for you. We'll ask them and we'll air them live. Well, not live, but on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Not technically live.
Let's go. Let's rip.
All right, let's rip. First question. What is the exact time to the second that you read this question on the pod? Currently, it says we're about 40.
I think he's asking for the time of day.
Oh, it's a 2:23 p.m. second. Let's just say 41 seconds in. Hey, random.
Interesting question from an interesting follower there.
Okay, here we go. Now, that's just a little warm-up question because I got a good one for you now. If you shut yourself at work, would you throw the undies away or keep working? Wait, here. Sorry.
From the top.
From the top. If you shut yourself at work, would you throw the undies away and keep working or go home?
I personally think I would. Depends how bad it is. I've personally never.
Like, has it escaped the region of the undies?
Are the pants in danger here?
That's what I'm like. Has it gone beyond? Has it gone out of the?
Okay, for the sake of the argument, let's assume the pants are salvageable.
Yep.
You've sacked the undies.
Yep.
I think I roll out with my chin high and my shoulder blades pinned back together, and I put my head down, mate, and I get back to work.
Cool, calm, collected scenario.
Absolutely, mate.
Well, I think I'm the same because I've told the Hawaii story here before, and I threw those undies away and I didn't look back. So, yeah, I'm gonna go the same. This one I don't think we can say.
No, don't ask that one.
That's
Don't ask that one.
that is
Just ask the next one.
that is quite something. That question. Okay, here's one. Who has the most? Who from the Barflies has the most Riz? I'd say not me, but Cody for sure. You have a girlfriend. I don't.
Does that get me over the line?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Surely. Okay, we have another one. Your girl advice worked. Thank God. There you go. How'd that come about? She agreed to go on a date with me. Any first date tips?
Jeez, he keeps. Is this the same bloke?
Same bloke. Your girl advice worked. She agreed to go on a date with me. Any first date tips?
He keeps shortballing us with these pretty hectic questions.
Yeah, mate. I'm surprised our advice even works. To be honest, but
Any first date tips? My only first date tip: don't eat. Don't eat. I would never go out and eat on a first date.
yeah, sharing food is more like share food or eating in front of another person can be quite awkward. I find it quite awkward as well.
And also, if you sit down with someone that you like realize pretty quickly that you don't like, or like is making you extremely uncomfortable, I don't know, for whatever reason, this date you don't want to go for any longer than it has to, but you've locked into a chicken palmy with chips and salad.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you don't sit down, dude.
yeah.
Don't sit down.
Well, so what would you say? Like something? Because I'm the Erskineville circuit. Maybe take it to the Erskineville circuit.
What do you mean?
What was the boys when they had the hinge date circuit where they would go to like Urco Bolo, go to the cocktail place?
I don't know. I'd actually never heard that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll have to get some details for said person. But any advice? Don't eat. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I would say. I'd say don't eat.
And more social setting.
Yeah. And go at night. Dates in the
night.
day are weird, I reckon. I reckon the just vibes are up a bit more, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Day date is very COVID.
Yeah, very COVID
Yeah.
era. Very
Yeah.
COVID era.
Yeah. I've had
What
a few weddings where they met in COVID and they're like, oh, we went stand-up paddleboarding or something.
Yeah.
That would be
Cringing. That's also setting a very high precedent for like the rest of the relationship.
Yeah.
If I'm stand-up paddleboarding off the rip, babe,
Yeah.
chances are we're not going to get along.
We're not making it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, random one. So I think what they mean is, I don't know actually what they mean. Socceroos winning the World Cup or your NRL team winning the comp? Do they mean
okay.
what would you rather?
Yeah, what would you rather?
The Socceroos winning the World Cup. Are you serious?
No, I'd take the Tigers winning the
No,
comp.
I'll go
Every day.
The Socceroos winning the World Cup would be so much harder than
I agree, but for me personally, as a West Tigers fan through and through, mate.
we've had a couple of hard times.
And like the Socceroos winning the World Cup would be awesome because that would be an experience I'd be able to share with all my mates and like the whole country. You know, Sydney would go off.
Oh, it would be unreal.
It'd be a party for like, until Monday.
Yeah.
And we'd all have to go back to work because, we're not Argentina. But for me personally, I would shed tears. I think I'll shed tears if the Tigers make the finals, let alone make the grand final.
Dude, they
and
almost
win it.
beat Manly and I saw you cry.
Yeah.
So, and that's not a slander on you, but I'm just backing up the fact that it
Well, that's
does
where
mean a
I'm
lot
at
to- yeah,
emotionally.
it means a lot. It means a lot to you.
What about you? You Socceroos?
Yeah, I'm Socceroos. Yeah, if they won, that'd be unbelievable. Okay. Spag bowl recipe. Can you cook this on a live stream? Probably not.
Maybe one day.
Put frankly, no.
Dude, I'll say this. I got one of the great spag bowls of all time.
Oh, do you?
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
It's awesome.
Eagerly anticipating it. Okay, I've got one here. It's a bit of a long one, so bear with. If you're walking through the park and the ball some kids are kicking comes around your way, how close does the ball need to be before you kick it back? Are you jogging towards it, waiting for it to come 2/3 of the way to go, or would you jog over if the ball stopped in the middle between you and the group?
I'm absolutely not putting in more effort than I have to here.
Fair enough.
You?
Oh, mate.
Also, what's the shoe situation looking like?
Yeah, true. And even if it's halfway, is it halfway between us and we're a meter, or is it halfway between us and it's 50 meters? Because, if there's an opportunity to actually ping in a long ball from, 30 away, I'm taking it.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? And you ping it in straight to feed on them, and they just see that and they're, oh, that blows, he's got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He plays. And
Yeah.
if there's a group of people around you as
Yeah.
well, and you just ping it straight to them, Come on.
Bonus points if you're on a first date.
Yeah, bonus. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I'd probably, even if I was by myself, you know, and also I'm a bit of like a border collie. If there's a ball hanging around, I'm chasing it. You know, can't help myself. So yeah, probably if it was halfway or 2/3, I'd still probably run over.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to go with that.
Yeah. That's more just me. But if it was like a meter away, I'd probably just, you know,
Just leave it.
just leave it be. Okay. Is it bad if a girl asks? Is it bad if the girl asks the guy out, or do guys like this?
Dude, this is unreal.
You like this question?
I've never personally been asked out by a girl.
Yep.
I'll put that out on the rip.
Yep.
But mate, love the ladies to take initiative. I think it's a massive sign of like confidence.
Yes. I'm in. I'm all for it as well.
You're for it. I don't think any guy's ever going to be like, oh, this chick asked me out, I'm that off it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like usually guys getting any sort of attention from a girl is like, oh dude,
They're
let's
frothing. Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Shaft.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm giddy.
Yeah.
Dude, ask the guy out. For sure.
Yep. I agree. I would 100% agree with that.
Mummy? What?
Bruh. Okay. Okay, two interesting ones. What do you reckon? Most unacceptable place to relieve yourself, Cody. When I say relieve yourself, I mean, you know,
Knock one over.
yeah. Probably be somewhere in public. I'd say would have to be the most unacceptable place to do that.
Well, yeah,
sort of business.
you'd get arrested for that.
Yeah, I think that's probably answers that one.
Yeah.
And then, or is it more of a work? Anyway, let's not delve into it.
We could just let that
We'll
one
let
go.
that one
Probably
sit.
shouldn't, yeah.
Does Cody have a nursing degree? Are you talking about? Does he have a nursing degree in nursing schooners, or does he have a nursing degree? Is he currently studying nursing? Cody, can you answer that question?
I personally have no interest in like,
Studying nursing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, nursing
But do you
schooners,
nurse?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Of course he does.
Come on, mate.
Okay.
You know me.
Again, thank you everyone for sending in those questions. There was one very rogue one that we could not read out. But we still thank you for the questions regardless.
Yeah.
You know, that was quite a few. So we're happy that, you know,
Yeah, thanks
people
for-
are enjoying the segment. We enjoy this segment as well because it gives us some interaction with you guys. Even if it is your most, you know, stupid, silly, you know, philosophical shower thought kind of spec or anything, send it in because we like unpacking it.
Oh, yeah, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Some can take a bit longer, some can take a bit shorter. We're running low on a bit of time here, so we were kind of gunning through that one, but good stuff nonetheless.
Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. That has to be probably easily one of the best, if not top 3 guitar kind of riffs of all time.
That'll get you fired up for Origin. I'll tell you what.
That got me fired up driving over here. That's when I heard it. When I was driving, and I was like,
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Dire Straits. Money for Nothing.
Dire Straits song this week. Oh, we didn't even do that. We didn't even do the intro for it.
That's all right. They listened to that whole thing, remember?
Yeah. Look, if you didn't gather that, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. That's the song of the week. The track.
That's us.
That's us. Thank you again, everyone, for the support, the questions, listening into the episode. I've just realised as we're wrapping up, we forgot to do both our mums asking for a mate questions that they sent. They were very targeted as well. by the way. They're very targeted, very personal. But we'll get them next week. I'm going to write a note in right now. Because they'll both call us out on it. Because they
will.
So, sorry, mum.
Okay.
Or mums. Yeah, that's the episode this week. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next week and enjoy Origin.
Woo! Enjoy Origin.
Oh, can't wait.
I'm so keen.
Yeah, pumped.
Okay,
All right,
bye.
Bye.